This is the all-new SsangYong Rexton that was unveiled last March at the Seoul Motor Show. Now, SsangYong has seen a resurgence of late. The underdog Korean brand is riding on a wave of success on the back of the popular Tivoli. And now, SsangYong is betting big on its flagship SUV. I'm here at the SsangYong test track in Pyeongtaek to see if the Rexton 2 has the potential to be a winner. It's no surprise that the all-new Rexton looks nothing like the car it replaced. Now, SsangYong has built its all-new flagship from a clean white sheet. And the start point is an all-new body-on-frame chassis built with high tensile strength steel. Now, this improves torsional rigidity and greatly influences factors like performance, efficiency, refinement, and ride and handling. There are some interesting details up front, like the chrome bar that runs the length of the grille at the top and then jinks nicely down into the headlights. There's a sharp shoulder line too, which connects these well-defined creases above the front and rear wheel arches. But from the rear, the Rexton looks quite generic. But I must say, I do like the tail lights, which are nicely detailed. However, the sheer size of the Rexton will ensure that it stands out in any parking lot. With its 1.8 meter height, this massive 4.8 meter long SUV will tower over most cars, but with an understated air of authority. Now, the interior design too is neat, simple, something like a textbook job rather than something that's really inspired. You've got a dashboard that's made up of several horizontal elements, and this accentuates the width of the cabin. Now, bits like the steering wheel, the instrument panel, and all the buttons on the center console is nicely laid out, but it's just best described as smart. Now, what I really like is this massive 9.2-inch high-definition screen, which is the largest in class, and bundled in are Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now I'm off for a quick spin on the short test track at SsangYong's Pyeongtaek factory. Now, the new Rexton, it comes with a 2.2 turbo diesel, which is mated to the 7-speed automatic sourced from Mercedes. First impressions are that it's a really refined engine. In fact, overall noise levels in the cabin are really low, and that really speaks a lot of the overall refinement of the car. But what's missing is really a bit of punch. You don't get that kick in the mid-range you expect in a brawny SUV, and I think that could be a bit of a handicap. This isn't a particularly free-revving engine either, and it gets pretty vocal and strained beyond 4,000 RPM. Now, sadly, that impressive power and torque figures on paper don't stack up as well on the road, and I suspect that the Rexton will struggle to keep up with rivals in a race. Now, there are just two corners at SsangYong's Pyeongtaek factory over here on the test track, and very limited really, but just pushing the Rexton around these corners, initial impressions is that body roll is quite a bit. This car is pretty softly sprung. It does tend to wallow through corners, but the steering, that's really light, and overall the controls are very, very light, so this car is quite easy to drive. It's just that it doesn't like being hustled. The Rexton cruises quite well though, and the 7-speed auto has been trained to select the highest possible ratio, which is good for efficiency too. It's just that power doesn't flow as effortlessly as you expect. So a lot of cool features in the new Rexton, but this one is a particularly smart one called a smart tailgate. This is how it works. Wait with your key fob in your pocket for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and presto! The boot opens automatically. Really useful when you've got your hands full. Makes a big difference. It's quite a climb into the back seat. Something you expect from a body-on-frame chassis because the floor sits so high up. But once I'm in this cabin, I have to say that the Rexton really scores on space and comfort. Loads of legroom. This really is a very spacious cabin. Now, I'm in the 5-seater version. There is a 7-seater version available, but not in this configuration. But right here in the middle row, the under-thigh support, just the feeling of plushness is very, very high. And I think that's really where the Korean car makers, they really score. They've really taken the game up as far as interior quality goes, and SsangYong too has kind of kept up with the game as well. Lots of features in here. In fact, some first-in-class features. If this car were to come in India, you've got this 360-degree camera, you've got cooled seats, lovely Napa leather, and a 10-speaker infinity system. So really this car is very feature-packed, but it remains to be seen what features will finally make its way to India. There's ample headroom, there's lots of legroom in both rows, and the good thing is that the rear seat sits quite high off the floor. Now that translates into a really comfortable seating posture. Well, the old Rexton couldn't quite cut it in our market and quietly disappeared. Now this one is a big leap forward in every way. Okay, it still looks a bit old school and lacks a bit of wow factor from the outside. But like most body-on-frame SUVs, it's got a certain functional, tough as nails appeal. It doesn't drive too great, the engine really doesn't have punch and it rolls a bit, but then the interiors are fantastic with genuine quality bits. Now, can it take the fight to the Fortuner? To be honest, it depends on the price. The aim is to price around 4 lakhs cheaper to tempt people who are not so interested in the badge but value for money. And if that price can be achieved, looking at all the equipment on offer, this could be one hell of a value for money premium SUV.